Welcome back to Farm and Hammer, everyone. Out here in the hay lot, I left you guys in the last video stacking some hay, and my dad actually got the rest of this finished up. So got about 100 bales over here. This is the hay for my rental farm cows. I need some more, but that's enough for now. Gonna hold off a little bit and see if prices come down a bit more. People around here are getting close to getting second cutting, and I don't see any reason why they won't get one here in the next 2-3 weeks. This pile over here has got another 40 some bales here. And then of course, here's the big pile of hay. Yeah, there's 400 out here in this one. These are 4x6s, combine fescue. Since we had a really wet year, I don't think this hay actually turned out too bad for being combine fescue. So quite a bit cheaper than other stuff. Price is still coming down. So even if we did slightly overpay for this, I'm glad we've got all the hay we need, just in case the rest of the year dries out and we've got a different situation. I mentioned in the last video that we had the barn full, and as you can see, this one's plumb full. None of this hay in here is combine fescue. So this is better quality hay. We wanted to keep it under a roof. And then we've got some twine wrapped 4x5s under this tarp here. So we're good for this year in terms of hay. Got all the hay bought that we really need. That's for the home cows here. I actually got a little bit to buy for the rental farm. But like I've said before, that rental farm is on a single year lease renewal, and so at any point I could find out I'm not getting the lease renewed, and I don't want to have 200 big round bales and nothing to feed them to. So guys, the main topic of today's video is bred heifers, and out here with them right now. They just got up for the morning, starting to go for their first graze of the day. As you can see, there's quite a few out here, and these are actually all of the bred ones. So I've talked about this in a couple videos, but we put the bull in with these. There were 37 heifers out here. Put the bull in, we were supposed to do it for 30 days, ended up being 40 days, but still, that's a short breeding window for heifers. It was an 18-month-old semi-Angus bull, supposed to be low birth weight. He had never bred a cow before. So I was expecting out of 37, maybe 20 were bred, if we were lucky. We had the vet out yesterday, and there are 29 heifers here that were bred. Most of them were bred at least 50 days. There were only 2 or 3 that were bred 30 to 40 days. So that would have been close to when we pulled the bull. But the rest must have been bred within the first 2-3 weeks of putting the bull on. So it's kind of, I guess, a good problem to have. We don't have room for 29 heifers. Like I said, about 15 to 20 we would have been okay with. Which right now, this is an abnormal year, so we do have room for keeping all these girls if the grass keeps up. But a normal year, we wouldn't have room for all these. So you don't plan for abnormal years, so we're gonna base our numbers off of normal years. So yeah, we need about 20 of these, but still haven't decided for sure what we're gonna do. We're either gonna keep all of them and sell some older cows that are 15 to 20 years old and starting to slow down. Or we might end up selling some bred heifers. I'm not sure. Kind of decision me and my dad haven't fully discussed, but I think we're probably going to sell some older cows. Cull cows are still worth a lot of money right now for what they are. So yeah, we'll probably keep all 29 of these girls and sell some old cows. Anyway, there's 29 of them out here. We preg checked them yesterday. We put them out in this field by the corral, but now we know they're for sure bred. We're kicking these 29 out with the rest of the herd. So they're officially going to be treated like cows. After we weaned this whole group, they were getting maybe 2 pounds a day in feed. And then they were on some good pasture, of course. Then once we put the bull in, we quit feeding them grain. They haven't had grain for the last 2-3 months. Actually about a little over 3 months now. Yeah, they haven't had grain. They've been on grass only, and that's how we treat our cows. So our cows don't get grain. They just get pasture, and they're expected to perform and wean a calf off every 12 months on just grass and mineral. So yeah, no more special treatment for these girls. They're going in with the rest of the herd, and they'll be rotationally grazed like the rest of them are. And I'll be honest, the other reason I was surprised, I didn't see the bull breed of one of these things. I was coming out here at least 3 times a week in the evening and walking through them just to calm them down, get them used to me walking. I never saw them in heat. I never saw the bull breeding. My dad saw the bull breed 1 heifer right when we put them in, but I never saw him interested. I never saw one in heat. But I guess he was getting busy at night because there's sure quite a few of them bred here. Anyway, most of these girls are half Hereford, quarter Angus, quarter Gelbie. There's going to be a few in here that have a little bit of Holstein in them because they were like this one here. You'll see taller, skinnier ones. They're out of some of my Holstein cross beef cows, but didn't really want to keep them, but they got bred, so they're kept for now. And then the 2 I'm really excited about. One of them's this girl right here. She's half Beefmaster, quarter Hereford, 1/8 Angus, 1/8 Gelbie. I don't know if you can see her very well, but she is just thick, short, solid. I mean, just a nice looking heifer. Really well built. That one there is also half Beefmaster. So those 2, same breeding. I love the look of both of them. They're just making me want some more Beefmaster bulls to put on these black white face cows. Anyway, that's the bred heifers. You're gonna see them mixed in with the cows here soon. Now I'll head over here and show you the 8 that didn't breed. A couple of them are a little expected. The others, I'm not sure why, considering the rest of these got bred, but that one is in really good shape. I'm not sure why she didn't go. She probably weighs 900 pounds. Probably the biggest heifer out here. These 2 here, they were the twins. Didn't expect them to breed either, but we didn't sell any heifers before, so just kept them with the rest of them. Of course, they didn't breed. They weren't as developed as the rest. This one just a little smaller. This red one was one of my favorites in the whole group. Just really liked the look of her. She had a bad eye, and she was open, so she had to go. These other 3 were not in bad shape, I don't think. Just didn't take. This one, you might be able to tell, has a tiny bit of Holstein in her. Preg checked these girls yesterday. They'll be going to town this week, actually. So we've got them separated here just so we can feed them and catch them easy and haul them to town. So what I was hoping happened is we'd have, I don't know, 15 to 20 heifers to sell, and I'm expecting based on prices, expecting these to bring 1,800 bucks at least, if not more. They're heavy, of course. They're ready to go straight to a feedlot and finish out. So yeah, I was kind of hoping we had 15 to 20 to sell, and that'd cover a lot of the hay cost. But that is not what happened. It's kind of, like I said, kind of a good problem to have, I guess. It means the heifers were in good shape and fertile, and the bull was doing his job. Anyway, we'll haul these 8 off. I'll see what they bring, and I guess we'll have to decide what to do with the rest of them. Whether we sell 5 or 10 or get rid of 5 or 10 old cows. And of course, bred ones followed me back to the gate. I may have calmed down this group a little too much. They can be a little difficult to drive. Maybe hard to tell, but I'm 2-3 feet from them. So, calmed them down nice. My dad doesn't really like me doing it because they're hard to work in the pen because they're not afraid of you. But anyway, good looking group of heifers. Pretty pleased with them. And you may be wondering why I'm out on foot today. Our ranger had some work that needed to be done, a lot of work that we couldn't do ourselves. It's been in the shop for 12 days now and still not done. So hopefully that'll get done sometime this week and we can get back to using it. But I'm heading out right now to show you guys the bottle calves and kind of our misfit pen, all the animals that have some issues that need some special attention. So there's going to be 2 in here that you recognize. One of them's probably going to come over here and greet me. The 2 little ones are the bottle calves I raised. They are under this hedge tree here. I'll show you them here in a second. This black white faced steer, he had pink eye in both eyes whenever we sold the rest of them, so we had to hold him back. He's over it now, he's healing up, he can actually see. This red one, he probably won't let me get close enough to show you, but he had a nasty injury, one of the nastiest things I've ever seen on a cow. So we weaned all those calves we sold, weaned them in our pipe corral. There's nothing he can get hung on. All we had were those plastic feeders in there, which the calves occasionally jumped in. The only thing I can figure out is that he was eating in one of those plastic feeders. One of the other ones jumped in the feeder, and somehow when they jumped in, they stepped on his bottom lip. He pulled away, and it ripped his entire, I can't say his jaw because his bone was still normal, but all the skin off the bottom of his mouth all the way back to the back of his jaw completely ripped off and just dangling. So you could see his whole jaw, all the meat in there, it was all exposed. His skin was just dangling. We took him to the vet about 2 months ago. The vet said there's not much he can do besides trying to keep it from getting infected. So he gave him a little medication, and he said it should slowly heal back up. It won't ever look completely normal, but it will heal. I know it's hard to see, but it has healed. He grazes just fine. He eats feed fine. He eats hay fine. It's just he's got a little extra skin down there now. So anyway, he's probably not going to be one we can sell. We'll just eat him ourselves. But he weighs 600 some pounds. Not a bad looking steer. But yeah, still not sure how his lip got ripped off, because there was nothing, no metal, no anything it could have gotten hung on. The only thing I can think of is if he got his bottom lip stepped on and he pulled away from it, or just ripped right off his face. It'd be one thing if we had a bunch of metal or equipment laying around, but there was none of that. It was smooth pipe corral and feeders, plastic feeders. So anyway, and here's the bottle calf, both of them. He's doing well. They're eating feed, learn how to graze with the other misfits in here. And that one there, he got pink eye, the one I had to really calm down, the one whose mother died. But you can see he's calmed down quite a bit even since he was on the bottle. Doing well. He had pink eye in that left eye, which he's over, which is good. Of course, they're going to be a little smaller. They'll be a little smaller than the rest of them, but they're growing well for bottle calves. Anyway, guys, that's about all I've got for you for now. So thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you guys have questions or comments, please leave those down below. I'll check them out, respond if needed be. And with that being said, I will see y'all next time.